Hi, my name is Bianca. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe so I'll see you around more. And if you're coming back, you're really cool and I love you. Today I'm gonna talk about how to enjoy studying. And my qualifications for that are that I finished high school last year. I'm on a gap year right now. And I've taken some of the worst exams of my life throughout the past year, obviously. I hated high school so much, and yet I would repeat the last year of high school just because I enjoyed studying. So I think I'm qualified enough to talk about this. In this video, I'm gonna talk about how to handle studying emotionally and some studying strategies that made me enjoy the entire process. So let's get into the video. Starting with emotionally handling a lot of stress and pressure. Obviously, it's gonna be really hard, and I think a huge aspect of studying is actually this side of it. Because when it comes to it, everybody can, memorize a paper or whatever, a text. At the end of the day, it's the stress and pressure that we are dealing with that stops us from doing our best job. So, naturally, hello? Can I help you? When you have a lot of material to go through and it feels overwhelming and too much and all that, I think it's really important to be able to see how it is going to be useful for the rest of your life and how it's going to be useful to yourself as a person. A lot of times I was getting frustrated because I knew that the information that I had to study wasn't going to be helpful for me whatsoever. And so I tried turning that around, and it actually, I would say it improved my life a little bit, because I think the most important thing is to take anything in life as a lesson and as a learning opportunity. What I would do when studying is I would go through the material and then I would either try to apply it to my life and see how I relate to it, or I would try to turn it into like an analogy, create this deeper meaning for things that weren't as meaningful as I was making them out to be. But that deeper meaning made me want to go through the information faster than I would have if I just didn't care about it whatsoever. I think you should be really comfortable with yourself, and you should really know how much you can and cannot do, because when you put a lot of pressure on yourself to do so much more than you think you're capable of, you're gonna fail no matter what. Another really big thing that can help you emotionally throughout this process is not being too hard on yourself and not comparing yourself with others. Everybody's mind works differently, so you can't really compare yourself with another person and their learning process, because they might be going through the information really fast but understanding nothing, and you might be going through it really slow but understanding everything. And speaking on how long it takes you to study, I also want to add this: never be afraid to take breaks when you need to, because I've seen a lot of people go crazy on studying and then their brain doesn't function properly in the exam because they overstimulated it before. So take breaks and make sure that this process feels comfortable, because the second that it feels uncomfortable and too much and too hard and too complicated, you're gonna get overwhelmed and you're gonna think more about your feelings than you are gonna think about the information and how to understand it better. And breaks are really beneficial. And by breaks, I mean the kinds that you don't feel guilty about taking. When you decide to take a break, be confident in your decision. Get up and leave the workplace, the study place. Do your own thing, go for a walk, drink a coffee, eat a snack, come back, and then you're gonna feel good. You're gonna be prepared to start again. Taking a break and feeling guilty about it is not gonna feel relaxing whatsoever. It's gonna add to your feelings of being overwhelmed. Be honest with yourself and be gentle with yourself, and everything is gonna go smoothly emotionally. And now let's get into the strategies, because I think these are the most important ones, and I have some really good things here that I want to say that worked for me, and this is the biggest part that made me enjoy studying and enjoy the process. I'm gonna start this by saying that I enjoy alone time and I enjoy doing things with myself by myself, you know? I didn't have a problem going to my room and sitting in there for hours and hours on end studying because I felt like I was interacting with myself. This goes back to taking everything and applying it to your life, because I remember going through the information and reacting to it, almost asking myself constantly, how do I feel about this? Can I apply this to my life in any way? Do I like the information that I am reading and learning? Why do I like it? Why do I not like it? Forming an opinion about it constantly so that you have feelings to connect to the information. So you're gonna remember, oh, I remember liking this part, or I remember hating this part. Those are all like intense feelings. You're gonna remember the feeling and you're gonna be able to connect it to the information, and that's how you're gonna remember it when you need it. I think that's the first step in enjoying studying, is treating yourself as part of the process. And this ties in with the next part of the strategy, which is connecting all of your senses into the studying process. So you're gonna have something that you hear and you know, when I hear this, it's time to study. You're gonna have the thing that you see, you know, like you're gonna have a visual representation of the content. That's pretty easy already. You're gonna feel like I'm sitting at my desk, I have my pencil in my hand and I have a paper in front of me. You're gonna smell, maybe you have a candle that you light up every time you study, and then you're gonna taste. And here with the taste, for me that was Pepsi. I needed a Pepsi every time I was studying. I'm gonna take you through all of those senses and tell you what I did for each of them. So starting with hearing, I would play these YouTube videos of cozy cafe with jazz music or classical music or stuff like that. I would put it on my laptop. I really like the cozy cafe ones because they also had the visuals. If I needed to use my laptop, then I would put it on my phone on my desk, so I also had the visuals and the music. If the video was like 3 hours, then I would decide I'm gonna study for 3 hours, you know? So that's hearing, right? Seeing, you might be a visual learner. I am, and I wanted everything that I was studying to look appealing to me and aesthetically pleasing. If I didn't have that, I would just simply go insane. I need to see things organized on paper in order for me to organize it in my brain. And so I would take the information from the textbook and I would rewrite it on a piece of paper, but organize it how it worked for me. I'm not gonna go through the organization process because I had different methods for different subjects. I would be really careful and mindful of the colors that I was using, how I was writing the titles. So that would be the visuals. If I didn't feel like writing all that, I would go on Canva and just make templates and stuff like that so that they're pretty. For smell, I had a candle, vanilla room spray, and I would also use incense. Taste, I already told you it was Pepsi. And touch, I had my designated place for studying and I only studied there. Another really important thing that I did, another strategy, is to reward yourself for everything that you do right. So every time I would finish a chapter or whatever, a topic, I would have 2 different rewarding systems. I would have snacks that I really liked. I used chocolate, and I would also have stickers. Stickers were for like small things, basic things. Like I would just put a sticker onto the paper that I just completed, and I would be really proud of myself because look, I got a sticker, you know? After I was done with a harder chapter or stuff like that, I would allow myself to have a snack. And what I did was one day I just went to the store and I bought like a lot of this chocolate and I arranged it really nicely on a little tray and I kept that on my desk at all times. The secret is to trick your brain into thinking that it's much easier than it seems and that it's not as serious as it actually is. And also remember that we are not too far away from animals. So the same way that you would give treats to a dog so that it rolls around and, does what you want it to do, you can do that to yourself. And it actually really helps and really works. If you need like motivation right now, I'm just gonna tell you straight up, you can do it. Get up, go get a coffee, sit at your desk, or clean your room. That's another thing that I used to do whenever I was feeling like in a panic state of mind and I felt disorganized and overwhelmed. I would clean my room, and that would also reset my brain. You've got this. You're a baddie. You went through so much already, and studying is nothing. Like, studying is nothing. It's so easy, and you're so smart, and you won't even realize that you've already finished studying because you're gonna do it so fast. You're amazing. I am proud of you wherever you are and however much you've got left to study. And I hope you have an amazing, productive day. Good luck. You've got this. Go, girl. Please subscribe and like this video because it helps me a lot. You gotta let me know if you want more content like this. Please follow me on Instagram. I'll see you next video. Bye.